Oh, wow. This lighting is terrible. Again, again, I didn't get the little light for over here, and this lighting is terrible. I look red. Do I look so red to y'all? It's probably this light. I have a different light over here, and I look red. I look like I'm sunburnt or something. I don't know. Weird. Weird. Oh well. Ugh. So that's just weird. I gotta not look at myself because I look so red. Sorry, y'all. I do gotta get my glasses on though, so I can see. So, good morning to everybody, and Barb and Linda and Nancy. So, I have had a either a cold or like common cold, or I think it's like allergies. Like the cottonwood is flying. If you live in an area where you have cottonwood, every late spring, the little white cottonwood flies everywhere, and it's shedding its whatever. And I don't know if that's what causes it or it's just that time of year. But every year when the cottonwood's flying, um, I get stopped up and um, scratchy throat and stopped up. So I know it's allergies. Could be the common cold, but I did go. I had to go to the doctor for blood work, anyways, and being all stopped up and all. She checked me for a couple things, and I didn't have anything. So so she just assumed allergies. And I didn't she wanted to give me a prescription. I don't do that. I said, "No, no, I take my own stuff." So, I've been taking, some echinacea and elderberry syrup and, mullein, tincture and, colloidal silver, and I put all that in a shot and, take a shot 2 or 3 times a day, about 3 times a day. I've been taking a shot of that, and, just plenty of fluids and all that stuff. But it gets bad at night. At night, I kind of get all stopped up, and then I still have kind of a scratchy throat. You can probably hear in my voice. Hey, there's Skinner Farms. Hey, Josh. Hope you're doing good. Eastern Barkus is flying around here. Eastern Barkus. I have not heard of that. I think that is a lot going around is allergy season. Yeah, yeah, there's quite a few people here who have something and they're calling it allergies, and it's always this time of year when that cottonwood is flying. Like I said, I don't know that it's the cottonwood, but it's the same time of year that the cottonwood's flying that a lot of people get the allergy thing. Lee gets it bad. Lee has bad sinuses anyway, and so this time of year he gets really bad. Um, I think if you already have sinus problems and stuff, it makes it worse. And if you don't have them, it gives them to you, gives it to you. I don't know. But so before a couple of years ago, when I had it, I went to my doctor, different doctor. This place changes doctors constantly. I really liked this other one, but she told me to take Allegra. I think it was Allegra, the off brand. She said I could get the off brand. Allegra, I think it was. I can't even remember now. And Nasacort. And I did that for a little bit for that year that happened. And I did that, and it really did help. But I don't like taking all that stuff. And I know that um, the Nasacort stuff that you spray in your nose can cause lots of other problems in your nose and sinuses. So I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm taking my own stuff, and and I mean, It doesn't work as fast. It's just, but but not that the Nasacort and all that that the doctor tried to give me. It just helps the symptoms for a little bit, and I don't know. I'm not into the pharmaceutical stuff. I don't like to take all that because it usually causes other problems, and so I try to do natural, and it works. It works. It's just covers the symptoms for a little bit. Usually, I haven't done one thing I haven't done, and I really should do, is goldenrod tea. We have lots of goldenrod here in the fall, and I always gather some goldenrod and dry it. I have dried goldenrod in my cabinet back there, but I haven't really done that. That's supposed to be really good for allergies. So, and I haven't even tried it. It's like I've got a cabinet full of stuff back there, but when it comes time, I think about it more when somebody else is sick, but when I'm sick, I don't think as much about what I need to do. I don't know why. It's kind of like the mechanic, they say, the mechanic's wife's car is broke down, that kind of thing. And I've heard that all my life, and that's kind of how it is. Like I've got a cabinet full of medicinal stuff back there, but I don't think of it when it's my own. I think of somebody else when somebody else asks. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I got this. Here, take this. As family and friends and all, and but when it's me, it's different. I don't know. Anyway, Alfonso, hello, Alfonso. Hope you're having a blessed day. Yeah, I have to go out, of course, as soon as I get off live. I've got to go out and do the church deposit, and I've got to run out to the little store that is carrying my herbal products. It's called the Olive Branch, and it's kind of a thrift store, sort of, but she also has people's products in there that she does kind of on consignment, and she gives some profit to charity. So there's a intertwined ministries. That's what it's called, intertwined ministries, and they have a couple of houses that they use for women with domestic violence, or women that have been in trouble, kind of halfway house thing. And they have a couple of houses that they put the women up at, like I want to say kind of like a halfway house, but they don't call it that. But that kind of thing. So this intertwined ministries has these houses, and this olive branch is some of the same people, and so a lot of the profits go to helping with those houses. So I'm proud to be a part of that. And I've got to go out there and check my stuff, check my inventory, and get my money. She pays on no, it'll be Monday. It'll be the first. She pays at the end of the month. She tallies up at the end of the month and pays. And so I don't know if I'll get that today or if I'll have to wait till Thursday. Um, anyway, but I do have to go see what has sold and replace and all that. And I got some new stuff I wanted to have to take out there today, but I'm not going to be able to have it out there today. It's probably going to be, I'll probably take it out there Saturday, um, May 3rd, Saturday. They're having a kind of an open house type deal, out in the yard, out in the parking lot. Excuse me. And so I may take some stuff out there for that, and take my newest stuff and do it all then. So, because it's not ready. I'm not ready. Anyway, Prep for Eternity Homestead. Hello. That's probably Jennifer, I'm going to say. Teresa, I have check from the Bank of Heaven. Will you please deposit the check since you're going to the bank. I'll email it to you so you can print and deposit. Yeah. Um, so, what else? I forgot what else I've got to do. I've got to get out and do that stuff. And hmm, I don't know what else. I probably should have made a note because now I can't think of what I need to do. I always have to have a note for everything, I'm telling you. And then I might forget my note. Um, so I don't know if y'all do that, but I make lists for everything. And then I forget my list and still don't remember what I was supposed to be doing. So I went to the doctor and got blood work. And she said, they called me yesterday, I believe, and said that everything looked good. All my numbers, everything looked fine, except my A1C, which I've already been told several times. I've been told for, oh my gosh, they've told me for 20 years that I was pre diabetic. And my number was whatever. I get it wrong, but zero point zero 0.05 or zero point 0.5 or whatever it is, 0.05. And this time my number was 0.06. So she said I had gone up just a little, but still pre diabetic. And I said, well, I've I've been watching my carbs for several years now and held it off. And now I hadn't been. I have not been sticking to my low carb at all. I've been eating whatever passes by me. I'm grabbing it and eating it. I just I've been in a I don't know a mood of not caring what I eat. And so I've got to get back on. I said, well, this is a wake up call. This is a wake up call. I've got to get back on my low carb. And this is a different doctor. The previous doctor was the one that told me to do the low carb, no sugar, kind of like keto, only she don't want me to have all that fat. So like on keto, you can have lots of fat. And she don't want me to have all that fat. She wanted me to do low carb, high protein, low carb, high protein, low sugar or no sugar, lots of water, all that. And I was doing it for a little bit. I probably have been doing it for like a year, but in the past, I don't know, this year, this year's not gone so well. At least the last couple of months, I have not been doing that. I've been really, really bad. And I can tell in my chubby face and I gained a few pounds and so my numbers are showing it too, apparently. So, excuse me. Um, so like I said, I look red. I think it's this light bulb. I put a different light over here because I got a new desk and the desk goes further over and I couldn't have that tall stand up lamp that I had over here. So I put a different lamp over here and it's a different light bulb. And I think this light bulb is called daylight, I believe. I believe this light bulb is called daylight. And it's given me a terrible red, I think. I don't know if y'all see that. It may just be me looking at it. I'm trying not to even look at it because it's driving me crazy. I got a new desk. It was cheap. I told this here a while back, here not long ago, I told about this desk I got for $25. Mine had some bad spots on it, and it had a spot right here in front, had a little spot that was catching my clothes. And we have a little shop here, a little place. It's called RPS Liquidation, and she gets those pallets of stuff in, and she buys a pallet for whatever it is, $100, and then takes all the stuff out of the pallet and sells it. And she sells everything for usually half price, half of what the retail online retail is. She sells half price, but these she got a bunch of them in, so she sold them way cheaper, and they were just $25 a piece, and it's really a nice desk. So, but it's longer than my old one, and I like that, but the light wouldn't fit. Anyway, I had a stand-up light. Um, let's see. And Christy Betts. I didn't say hi to Christy when she come in. Hey, Christy. I'm red from cutting grass. Almost too hot now. Yeah, it's getting pretty warm here. We've actually got a small air conditioner on. So if you can hear that noise, it's probably that small air conditioner on back here in the bedroom because I can't sleep at night if it's hot. So we always put that little one in the bedroom first and get it going so the bedroom's cool. And then we have a window over here that we'll put a big one in for the whole house. Counting down the days for you. I don't know what Christy is doing. I have missed something. What are we counting down the days for you, Christy? I missed something. You'll have to tell me. You'll have to tell what you're doing or what's going on that we're counting down the days. I missed that. So what else is going on? I still have a few plants over in that window I need to put out. I'm moving my chair around outside trying to find a cooler spot. Hmm. I've got a few herbs and two tomato plants left over in that window. I've got to get put out. Most of my we've got most everything put out, and I've been without electricity and no air. Oh, Christy, I didn't know that. I hope that's temporary and they're gonna get fixed. Hello, Cleveland Angel. I said I've got some allergies going on, so you'll have to excuse my throat and coughing, and I am taking some herbal things for it. Getting better, and I never did really get too bad. Like a couple of people I know got pretty sick with allergies when it came on, and Lee gets really sick with this time of year with sinus allergy stuff. But I feel like my herbal stuff is helping, and it helps when I'm taking it. I take it, about 3 times a day, 3 or 4 times a day, whatever. And when I take it, it clears up for a little bit, but then it's right back. But I haven't tried. I've just been taking a few tinctures. I haven't done the goldenrod tea. I really probably should try that. I had some stuff. I had gathered up some stuff for tea and then never did do it. It's still sitting over here in the kitchen that I had gathered up some I don't know, 4 or 5 different herbs that are good for allergies and stuff, and they're sitting over here in the kitchen. I never did make up the tea. Anyway, sweet folks ordered me a generator. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Up last night with allergies. Yeah, it's worse at night, I feel like. I feel like I get all stopped up at night and can't hardly sleep. So, anyway, I have been doing for the cough too, for the cough mostly, I guess. I've got some lemon in honey. I've also got some garlic in honey. I've been taking some of that, but the lemon in honey is just marinated. I put slices of lemon in some honey and just let it marinate. And now the lemon is just completely filled with honey, and I can take a slice of that and eat it. and it helps my throat for a little while. Try the goldenrod tea. Try some hot tea with the goldenrod. It's supposed to help. I'm telling you, and I haven't done it myself. I have goldenrod dried that I haven't done the tea, and I need to. So you need to take a dose of your own medicine. Yes, yes, I do. Hey Meredith, 4 Mile Creek Farm. Hadn't seen you in a while. Made it to the live. Yep, I've got a little bit of allergies going on. So my throat's a little scratchy and coughing a little bit. And I have a new light, so I look so red. I'm trying not to look at this. Trying not to look at me over here because I look so red. And I know it's that light. Let's see. Just recently learned my 11-year-old dog has allergies. Yeah, my one of my daughters has a dog that has bad allergies. Yeah, need to try that. I have honey and lemons. Yeah, made goldenrod infused honey. It is good. That would be good. Yeah, I hadn't tried that. I do have some dried goldenrod. I really probably as soon as I get off here before I run out and go places, I need to make me a tea real quick with the goldenrod. It is supposed to help with allergies and other things. Goldenrod is also good for UTIs and what else? I can't think of what else this minute, but definitely for allergies, sinus allergies, and UTIs. So that's all I can think of. Look fine. Well, I feel like I look so red on my screen. I don't know if I look that red to y'all, but um, hey, Linda Chandler, caught a live or at least part of one. Yeah, part of one. Yep, that's fine. Um, so I've just been talking about my allergies. I've got some sinus allergies, something going on from the. I don't know that it's the cottonwood, but it's when the cottonwood starts flying. I don't know how many of y'all get cottonwood. Uh, it gets all over everything. Drives me nuts. But it's cottonwood trees that are shedding something. Shedding, what do they shed? I don't even know what they shed. But the cottonwood trees shed. And you'll see these white, looks like cotton, looks like little puffs of cotton that just fly around everywhere in the kind of late spring, and then I get all stopped up. Linda Chandler says locust tree blooms hate me. Oh, they smell so good though. But yeah, I don't know exactly what it is that's this time of year. I just know the cottonwood's flying. Watching my very active, needing a nap grandson. He is wearing me out. Yep, they can do that. Oh, we have the cottonwood trees here, and sometimes it is so bad it looks like we have snow. Yeah, on the ground. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Um, Blackberries are blooming. Not sure on the trees. So yeah, all the things blooming. I think we've got a lot of pollen I've heard several people say there's a lot of pollen in the air too here right now. So I don't know. I can tell you that Holland and Lily, Higgs Rock Farm, Holland and Lily came through. He was telling me that they drove through here, and where they live wasn't as bad. They live about hour and a half away, about hour and a half away, and they came through this area a few days ago and didn't stop and see me, but okay. But they came through, and he said when they come through that right here, right our area, they started feeling a little bit stopped up. And then they got past and got on over into Missouri, and it wasn't as bad. And then they were coming back through wherever they went, they were coming back through, and just this area right here by us, they were feeling stopped up and so yeah, it's something bad here right now. Everybody says, but my nose is so stuffed up, I don't even know what they smell like. Oh, yeah. Well, um, I love the smell of locusts, but yeah, it may be causing some of this too. Patty, did your daughter have knee surgery? Honeysuckle and privet bother me. Huh. See, I don't know for sure what it is. I can't breathe when privet blooms. Lips turn blue. Wow. Just emailed you the check so you can print it and deposit. Oh, um, let's see. I heard goats like to eat privet. Huh. You know, I don't know what privet looks like. I know it's just a green bush, but I'm not real sure about privet. I haven't like identified it and said, okay, yeah, that's privet. I haven't checked that. I don't know what privet. What I don't know for sure what privet is. I know it's just a green bush. I guess it blooms. Does it have blooms? Did y'all say blooms on the privet? I don't know. Really fortunate that the only thing I'm allergic to is working. Yeah, white flowers. Smells good. Huh. I don't know. They are blooming here, little white flowers. Well, maybe we don't have any right here around us. I don't know because I don't know what that is. I'm going to check that out. They use it for hedges. Well, I don't know. I'm going to check that out, see what privet is. I've heard of it, and I know it's a bush like hedges. I knew kind of knew that, but I haven't never recognized it and said, "Oh yeah, that's privet." But I'll check that out. So that might be my problem. Maybe I need to get rid of all the privet. I don't know. Privet was everywhere in Alabama. Everywhere here, they have a strong smell. Well, the only thing I really smell here is the honeysuckle. We always smell the honeysuckle and the locust. The locust. I love the smell of locust. It always smells so good. So I don't know. Pretty in that shirt. Okay. Let's see if I can get rid of this person. Sorry, y'all. We got a little troll in here. And I can't get rid of it. Let's see. If I have a moderator, please, yeah, get rid of. I tried. I think I got rid of it. I just deleted the message. I don't think I got rid of the person. So if he comes back, somebody, thank you. Thank you, Nancy. All right. Smell when they bloom. Hmm. Thank you, Nancy. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. I don't even know. Um, I'm going out today to check my stuff at the store out there, where the lady that's selling my products. I was telling about that earlier, and I have a couple of new things I'm going to try. I have, let's see what I have out there. I have my jewel weed soap and salve out there, and that's been selling a little. A little. It's been selling, and it will as summer goes on. It'll sell better. And then the pain salve that I made. Um, um, That has sold really good. The paint salve has sold really good, and a couple of people that bought it came back for more. So that has been good. And then I've got comfrey salve and um, plantain salve, and I can't even think of what all I've got out there. And I did take some of Lee's dream catchers out there that he makes and some of his arrowheads. We sold a couple of arrowheads. And I took a few paintings. I kind of paint a little. I did. I haven't done it in a long time, but I used to dabble in painting a little bit. And it was real kind of folk artsy. I call it whimsical. So I'd done some really whimsical chickens and roosters and a couple of crosses with a scripture saying on it. And I've got those out there, and I already sold one of those um, that I know of. I haven't been out there probably a week since I've been out there. No, I was out there Thursday. So I haven't been out there since Thursday. And I'm going to go this afternoon and see what else sold and see if I need to restock anything and all of that. And they also have a Bible coffee with Jesus. I think that's what it's called, Coffee with Jesus, that they do at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays. So I'm going to go to where I can be out there about that time and join them for Coffee with Jesus. So I'm going to do that today. Wanted to borrow your drill. Wait. I got to go back up. That's the first time I've ever seen a bit of drama on a live. It happens all the time. I've seen it a lot on other channels. Occasionally we get one, but I have seen them get pretty bad on some channels, especially at night. It's usually at night. They're not too bad during the day. It's usually more at night that they get so bad. But anyway, um, borrow your drill so I can screw down my tracks to a board so I can run my G scale model trains without the track shifting from the vibration. Okay, so that was you that said that. I knew somebody said, need to borrow your drill for my G scale. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I just used mine from you last week. I got poison ivy on my face from weed eating. Oh, goodness, no. Oh, so the best thing to do, I can tell you, I don't know if you have the soap and the salve, but the best thing to do, and the soap is really good for as soon as you get into poison ivy, wash with it and it draws out that poison and dries it up. And so it's best used as soon as you get in something like that. But even if you've already got it, you can use it, wash real good with it, and then put some of the salve on top of that. And the jewelweed draws out the oils, draws out oils. So the poison ivy is the oil, and the jewelweed draws out the oils. Also, the soap is made with lye. It's old-fashioned lye and lard soap, and the lye will dry out that poison ivy too. So that's the best way to do it. I don't know if you have both, but if you don't, the soap's fine. But I like to use it best. Excuse me, especially if I already have it, and which I haven't. I have not had poison ivy since I start making the soap. Now, why I don't know, but every time I go out, if I go in the woods or pulling weeds in the garden or the yard, I come right in pretty quick and wash with my soap. And I have not had poison ivy since I've been making that soap. So um, that's what I tell everybody because if you get the soap, if you will wash with that soap every time you've been out doing in the yard where you might have gotten poison ivy, then you won't get it. I haven't had it, and I used to get it every year. I promise. I used to get poison ivy every year, maybe even a couple, 2 or 3 times. But since I've been making that soap and using it, and I use it pretty regular in the summertime if I'm outside. If I go outside messing around or into the woods especially. Anyway, so I hope that it helps you. Um, I have had one person, I can say one person that didn't have my soap. They already had poison ivy pretty bad on his hands and arms. He had weed eated it. He had weed eated right into some poison ivy and had it all over his hands and arms before he even asked me about the soap. So I gave him a soap, but it was too late. He started using it and maybe it helped the itch a little bit, but he had to go get a shot because it was just too late, you know? So it's not a miracle. It's not a miracle cure, but it does help. I can tell you, it helps with the itch. And like I said, I haven't had it. I used to get it every year and haven't had it in 5 or 6 years, but I use it regular. And if somebody has just a little, I think that it would still heal it up because it would draw out that. But he had it all over him already, and it was sorry, too late. Okay, let's see. Let me read. I missed a few things. My internet dropped, so if I disappear, that's why. My daughter's surgery went well. She is recovering now. I'm with her helping with the grandson. Awesome. Hey, Susan at Urban Bucket. Poison ivy's been coming on strong here. Alfonso, it would be cheaper for you to buy a drill than for Teresa to send you hers to borrow. Yeah, I'm not sending mine out, buddy. I didn't know who it was that commented that. And I said, if you're close, if you live here close, I might let you borrow it. But yeah, I definitely ain't sending it nowhere. Does it work on mosquito bites? Yes, it helps with that because it pulls that out. It pulls the whatever poison or whatever out, and and dries it up, and it helps with most any itchy stuff. I was about to ask if there was a salve. Yes, I wish I could get jewelweed seeds. Huh? I've looked all over my property and we don't have any. Huh? Um, I would think you do. I would think that you probably have jewelweed somewhere around there. Hmm. Usually, usually, and this might not be fact for every time, but usually, if there's poison ivy, there's jewelweed somewhere, and it is a hill for like so you can find the plant if you can find the plant. Um, and I'd probably I will check and see, but it'd be this fall. This fall when the little orange blooms are on there, those blooms will shoot those seeds out. And I don't know if I could catch those at the right time to be dry enough to. I guess wouldn't have to be dry enough. If they're shooting out seeds, you probably could catch those seeds. I'll see what I can do, but it'll be this fall before they're doing that. But I'll try to remember to see if I can save seeds. I hadn't thought about saving the seeds because it's everywhere here. It's everywhere here. But I would say you have it somewhere around there, I bet. And right now it would only be about yay tall, but it's green, like a almost a light green, succulent like. It's real. juicy, and the stem is real juicy and almost not transparent, but there's another word I'm looking for. Kind of, I don't know the right word, but anyway, look it up. Look up young little, 'cause you might find the young little ones right now be about. Of course, you're further south than us. Yours might be taller. Yours might be taller. You're further south than us. So, but anyway, I will see about saving seeds. I'll check into that. Um, and I'll tell you where you might find seeds. There's a company called Strictly Medicinal Seeds. Strictly Medicinal Seeds. They have all kinds of wild plants and seeds that you can get. I've ordered a few things through there, and it's really good. Um, Never found any jewelweed in Alabama either. Huh. I used plantain on my granddaughter, and it worked pretty good. Yeah, plantain is good for some of the itchy stuff too, but it doesn't draw out, I don't think, that oil and that poison. But you could try it. Um, it's good for bites, so possibly. I don't know how good it is for poison ivy. I've used it more for bites and stuff. I've been mowing poison ivy this morning. Oh my goodness, girl. Lee can eat it and it wouldn't bother him. He touches it all the time. He'll pull it off the trees and doesn't bother him a bit. It's crazy. Uh, hey, Ben's over Acres. Barb. I live in a sketchy neighborhood. The poison ivy that grows along one side of my yard, I call it my security fence. A person told me my soap recipe Grandma taught me to make in the 1950s. She learned from her mama, and I've made it for decades. Wouldn't work because the proportions and such weren't right. Yeah, well, I yeah, yeah. I had somebody tell me, "Oh, are you calculating exactly?" Like, no, I have this recipe. I don't have to calculate every time. I have this recipe to go by, and I go by the same recipe every time. And she just couldn't get it that I wasn't calculating my weights and all on each thing every time. I don't have to calculate it every time. I already know the recipe and I've followed the recipe. My daughter's family is moving back in with us. Ah, my husband gets it so bad that his eyes swell almost shut. He has to get antibiotics for it to go away. I get it, but not nearly as bad. He cannot even walk out in the orchard with me. Oh, goodness. That's awful. And then having to get antibiotics. Ugh, that's, you know, not real good for your gut health to be on antibiotics to have to get antibiotics. Mm. Dealing with chigger bites. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. I hate chigger bites. Now, I don't know. I don't know if it would help chigger bites. That I don't know. I hate chiggers. You know what I do for chiggers, and this ain't natural, and it ain't. I probably shouldn't even tell this because it's not natural and it probably ain't good for you. But if I get a chigger bite because I can't stand them, I get out the clear fingernail polish and polish on them, and it's supposed to smother them out. I wonder if anyone sells jewelweed seed. Try the one I said is Simply Medicinal Seeds. Yeah, Simply, no, it's not Simply. What did I say? Strictly, not Simply, Strictly Medicinal Seeds. Try that. And if that don't work, I'll try to get you some this fall. I heard that the remedies grow near, yeah, near by the poison. Yeah. Watched your video last year about jewelweed. That's how cool our God is, putting remedies close by. Plantain has both drawing and drying properties, so the plantain might work. I have only used plantain really for bug bites, and it, I know it's good for like spider bites. I haven't had to deal with that. Thank goodness. Yeah. I have tried to save my jewelweed seed in the past, low germination. I think I should have soaked them first. Plantain is my first love of weeds. Funny. Donnie is the same way. Poison ivy doesn't bother him at all. I don't get it. I got caught up with the thorns and spines from a yucca plant in New Mexico. The yucca plant caused gastrointestinal upset and other symptoms. Wow. Huh. Never had poison ivy until I got in my 40s and I was in the woods all the time as a kid. Hate those tiny little ticks. Yeah. Strictly medicinal does have jewelweed seed. I have ordered from them before, not jewelweed, but other things. Great company. Yeah, I've ordered several things from them, and they have everything. They have everything, and they have a lot of the wild plants that I already have here. But I think it's interesting that they have them seeds, and I think they have plants too, not just seeds. I may be wrong, but I'm thinking they have plants too and seeds. And they have like all of the things that, like might grow wild here, but you might not have it wild. So, you know, let's see. What mama used on us was fingernail polish. Don't have any clear polish. I might look like a rainbow. That's all right. When it comes to chiggers, I'll look like a rainbow to get rid of them little, ooh, they tear me up. Little seed ticks are terrible right now. I haven't had chiggers. I have had I have had maybe a chigger or two here or there, but not bad like I used to get as a kid. I used to get them all over as a kid, just terrible. Ugh. They have plants and live roots as well. I thought so. Good. Thank you. Thank you for that information. I was thinking they did. I think I've ordered a plant or a root. I can't remember now. I've ordered several things through there, and I think I might have ordered a plant or a root or something. Anyway, so let's see what else. I didn't make a list, so I'm at a loss for anything else to talk about. um, does anybody? Oh, here we go. Here's Gizmo again. I don't know if Nancy, I haven't seen Nancy say anything. So let's see if I can get rid of this. There we go. I think that worked. I think that worked. Maybe. Okay. Got into Chiggers one Sunday morning before church and didn't realize it to the middle of surface. I was trying not to scratch. Yeah, Chiggers are bad. Okay. Cats. My cat. I have the big furry cat that has long hair. And I really should be talking about diet. I really need to get on my low carb, high protein diet and be talking about that. And I've talked about everything else. But does anybody else have a long haired cat? Because I have this long haired cat and she will not let me groom her. She will not let me brush her. She lets Lee pet her some. She won't let nobody else pet her. She's very, um, I don't know the right word, but she don't like people. She don't like people. She's antisocial. She don't like people. And she gets her hair is so long and thick, she gets knots in her hair, and she won't let me get them out. I've tried to cut them out. I've tried to brush her. She won't let me take care of her in that way. And so, once again, a couple of years ago, she had some matted spots. I had to take her to the vet because groomers won't take care of cats around here. I had to take her to the vet so that he could put her to sleep and shave her down. Well, that was 2 years ago. And once again, she's in the same shape. She's got matted spots in her fur, and she will not let me cut them out. I'm going to have to take her to the vet. And does anybody have long-haired cats and have some kind of solution for that? Let's see. I got into chiggers. I read that. It's interesting how in some parts of the country, some plants are weeds, and other people buy seeds to grow them. Yep. Okay. I have had to buy those cat calming treats. Hmm. Cat calming treats in order to trim my long-haired cat. Okay. Haven't tried that. I will try that. Whatever you're doing health-wise is showing looking good. Well, honey, I have been so bad. I have been eating whatever, and I've gained a couple pounds, and I feel chunky, bloaty or whatever. And I went to the doctor for blood work because I have high blood pressure. My my all my numbers were great. She called me, gosh, yesterday or the day before. She called and said my numbers were all great except my A1C, which I've been pre-diabetic for like 20 years, but it's always been point oh 0.05 or whatever, however, point oh 0.05, I think. And this time it was point oh 0.06, so it went up a little, but it's still pre-diabetic. But she told me to watch the carbs and sugar. I'm like, I know. Trust me, I know all about it. I just don't do it. My worst time is Wednesday night at church, though. I'm telling you. I've told y'all this before. On Wednesday night, our church eats every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, they have a big old meal. And um, I can't, like at home, I have other stuff and I don't eat the carbs. But when I go to church on Wednesday night, I end up eating carbs and sugar, and I just have no control. Have no self control on Wednesday night. On Wednesday night at church. Anyway, so I've been bad. I've got to get back on it. I told her, well, at least this is a wake up call to get back on my low carb, high protein. We have a long haired cat, but she doesn't get mats. She does get hairballs. Huh. Do you brush her? Does she let you brush her? Is that why she doesn't get mats? Maybe hers is just not as thick. This cat's got long hair and it's real thick. That undercoat is real thick and it gets matted up, and she won't let me brush her. Occasionally she'll let me brush just a little, but she don't let me brush her enough to keep the mats out. And let's see. I think it's like the ones they give cats when they have to go on planes. Okay, I'm gonna check into that. I had one cat brought in so matted, she had a wound they couldn't see that was, oh, yuck. Oh, oh. I don't think she's that bad. I think the doctors tell everyone that about being pre-diabetic. At least it's just one cheat night a week. Yeah, but it's bad. Self-discipline is easier when pointing a finger at someone else. The problem is I have three fingers pointing back at me. You can wrap a bath towel around her neck like a barber cape, tight enough to not allow her to get a foot out. It will keep her claws away from you. Probably will take you and Lee to hold her. Well, yeah, we got to try something. We got to get her. If not, she's going to have to go get shaved down again. I'm pre diabetic and I love sweets. Let her breathe. Oh, let her breathe. Wrap the towel around her, but let her breathe. Yeah. Tight enough to not allow her to get a foot out. It will keep her close away from you. I'm reading that again. Uh, okay. Okay. I'm thinking, but I don't know that I could get to her like that. I have this, she won't let me use that either, but I have this mesh thing that you put on them to give them a bath. The only time I ever used it was, oh my gosh, it was hard to get her in it and use it, but I had to because she had gotten poop on her. She had gotten in the litter box, using the litter box, and had gotten poop on her somehow. And I had to put her in that mesh bag and give her a bath. And boy, it was a fight. It was a it was a fight. But I had to. I knew I had to. But if I had that on her, I couldn't get in there to cut her, so that wouldn't really work. I could give her a bath again, but um, that ain't getting the knots out. Hard to control a cat and can really stress them out. Yeah. Oh, she does. She gets stressed out when the kids are here. When the grandkids are here, she takes off under my bed. She gets under our bed and don't hardly come out until the kids are gone. She's just very antisocial. People, not just the kids, people. If people come in, she shoots for my bedroom and gets under the bed and don't hardly come out. She's just very, I don't know. And she don't want nobody touch her except me, mostly me. She'll let Lee touch her too. She'll let Lee pet her, but most of the time she don't even want either one of us to pet her. But if I'm using the bathroom and I leave the door cracked open, here she comes. And then she'll let me pet her. And then, but I can't like get a hold of her to cut knots out. That she ain't gonna have. She won't have it. Anyway, just a thought. So it's time for me to get off here. Is there any senior? hmm, Is there any senior something care or nursing centers in your area? I just went to play the piano at the senior memory care facility. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that. All we have is nursing homes. I don't know what senior memory care facility. I guess that's for people with dementia. They just all go to the nursing home here. But anyway, that's good of you to do that. That's very good of you to do that. Yeah, we have a couple here, but they're just nursing homes. The vet might be the kindest option for that cat. Yeah, yeah. Sociopath or psychopath. Yeah, she's both, I think. My female cat is a fear biter. Once she knows you well, she's a sweetheart, but you do not force yourself on her. Yeah, always warn the vets and they handle her different. Yep, that's how mine is. Um, have a great day, everyone. Yep, I've been playing every month since Christmas. That's nice of you, Alfonso. Yep, it's 12 o'clock. I need to get off here and get all my stuff done. And I appreciate y'all coming on. I feel like we didn't talk about anything important at all. But we did. We talked about the cat, and I know what to do, and talked about some plants, and yeah, and the allergies. I'm fixing to go get out the goldenrod and make me some tea, y'all. I'm fixing to do it right now. Please don't forget my check. Are you serious about the check? I think it's probably some kind of um, like a tract type thing of Christian information because you said Bank of Heaven. So I'm assuming it's something you found. That's awesome. Anyway, I will go look, Alfonso. Right now, I'm going to go get out the goldenrod tea. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for coming on. And we'll talk later. I got to find the end stream.